way worse than I even thought it was gonna be. Welcome back to Eat It Like Christy, or as Christy calls it,
Eat Show.
Eat Show, because I eat it like Christy. Christy just eats it like herself. In this episode, we are doing Pop-Tarts.
Yay.
In particular, Christy's favorite kind of, what's your favorite kind of Pop-Tart?
The chocolate ones.
Chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts.
But you can do this with any flavor Pop-Tart. In fact, you can also do this with like the York's candies.
Those aren't at all the same thing. Talk me through, what is your method of eating Pop-Tarts?
You have this frosted bit, right? And then, granted, like the frosting on these are a little suspect, but whatever. It doesn't change the process.
Not a great frosting job here.
You start with this edge because it's clearly the weird one, right?
It's the where the looks like the frosting all collected.
Yeah. So you eat the edge, all the edges, which of course everybody does that.
Eat around the crust.
Eat all the crust, and then you're going to start looking at what you have left. So. Because you've like eaten the crust, there's like cracks in the crust left, and so you're gonna eat up to the rest of the Pop-Tart, and you're just gonna keep going around eating up to the cracks so that there's no more cracks. If you're lucky and you're able to have a Pop-Tart that has no cracks because you've eaten up to all the cracks, right? You're gonna just take a bite, like, you know, maybe he would, but smaller. And then see if there's any cracks that have come from that, and then you'll eat up to the cracks again. Usually that keeps you going for a little while, but again, like if you find again that there's no more cracks, again, a bite, which I just said again like 12 times, so you're welcome.
I don't know why I made fun of you for this.
Because he's mean and rude.
You eat the crust, starting with the frosted edge.
Yeah.
Then you examine your Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
To see where the cracks in the crust are. And I guess it's good to look at the back.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, back or front, but back's probably gonna be the majority of the cracks.
You're gonna see more cracks on the back.
Huh.
And then wherever you see a crack, you eat up to the crack.
Yeah.
I can't even comprehend.
Exactly.
I can't even comprehend this.
Okay, we're gonna show you.
Okay.
We'll show you.
All right, well, let's do
Okay.
it. We're gonna start with the crust. I just did kind of a corner there.
It's okay.
I think the crust is the worst part.
I think the crust is the best part.
I'm not having a good time doing this. Like, I don't like singling out the crust because it's the worst part. I like to combine the crust with the middle. This just seems like a lot of work.
Everything's a lot of work for you because he eats Pop-Tarts in like 4 bites.
I can do it in 2. We're gonna have to just time lapse this bit here. Okay, I ate the crust.
Okay. Yeah, so you can see the front, no cracks. You got a little bit of cracks on the front. Like, it's like some of these, like, these bits.
These?
Yes, look. Anything that's like cracks. Look, you have a huge one right there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this, this,
Yeah, just like each of these like little peaks, it's like super cracky, so you're gonna need to work on that.
Okay, so what do I do now?
Eat up to the crack.
So I
cracks.
eat all these tiny little pieces off.
Yes. Yes.
I have to like eat these tiny little
Yes.
tiny nibbles of Pop-Tart.
Pretty sure I've been clear this whole time.
No, you have. So right here.
Yes. There's a crack. You eat up to the crack.
Okay, I eat up to the crack. I don't even know how. It's so small. Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the worst one.
I'm getting nothing.
This right here, that's a crack right there. Right, this little peak
This?
right here.
This is way worse than I even thought it was gonna be.
You got a big one over here on this corner.
I'm eating nothing. This is not big.
Yeah, look at this. Look, see the cracks? All of that, like that whole edge.
Like this whole thing
The cracky parts.
All these little
Yes.
bits. Okay.
The cracks. Okay, are you done with the front? Because then we go to the back.
Am I done with the front? If I got all the cracks
Kinda
out, I think
seems
I
like
kind of
it.
have made more crack here.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's the point. So if you make more cracks, you just eat up to the cracks.
You just nibble at this like a fish all the way to the middle of the Pop-Tart?
Yeah, basically.
This is gonna take forever.
No. Okay.
Oh
see?
my gosh.
This. See, so you got like, look, that's a crack right there. You have like some cracks on this side. See, same like cracks.
Those cracks are way bigger than mine.
Cracks. You just kind of keep going.
Also, it's so stressful because you keep creating new cracks.
Yeah, that's the fun of it.
I'm not having any fun. I'm not even tasting Pop-Tart.
Helps if you kind of use your tongue to like work the cracks too. Oh no.
Oh no. I can't do this.
So I've gotten to a point where there aren't any more cracks.
Wait, let me see what that looks like.
No cracks.
That is smooth.
So we'll get to this point. Just take a bite. And it makes cracks. So then you start again.
I'm just making it worse. 'Cause
Exactly,
I'm
so
trying
keep going.
No, I'm trying to be a perfectionist here. I'm trying to eliminate the cracks. And it just creates more cracks, and this is very stressful for me.
The cool thing about eating Pop-Tarts this way is that there's 2 in a pack. So once you're done, you get to start all over.
The cool thing about eating Pop-Tarts this way is that it never ends. Did you love it? Did you love your Pop-Tart? Okay, well, I'm gonna keep working on this. Stay tuned for the extended edition, the 6-hour-long Adam Eats a Pop-Tart cut. There you have it. That's how Christy eats her Pop-Tarts, and I'm still working on mine. Do you eat Pop-Tarts this way? Do you eat Pop-Tarts in any other way? Do you eat anything in a weird or unique way? Let us know in the comments.
I just remembered something I can put on the list.
Oh, we've got another episode coming.
You're gonna hate it.
Oh no. Stay tuned. We've got more episodes coming of Eat It Like Christy, or as Christy calls it,
Eat show.
Eat Show.
Eat show.
I'm gonna go back to this now.
So see how like you ate all the bottom of this, but you left the top? Like that's not okay.
What? So what do you do in this case? You gotta just...
Eat it. It's the Eat show. We eat things here. Look, you still have some overhang.
Because there's a crack here, but not here.
You eat up to the crack on both sides. Like it needs to be even. You don't just eat the top or just eat the bottom. Is that what you've been doing?
Yes?
Well, that's why you still have so much Pop-Tart left. You've been doing it wrong this whole time. What is wrong with you?
That's how I eat things.